Hello everybody from Plant Reviews. Today is the 4th of April and I am talking now about one of my favorite tulips, that is the Tulip Parade, a Darwin hybrid that can be tall up to 55 centimeters and has nice large green leaves, as you can see, and it has incredibly beautiful red flowers. The flowers can be up to 15 centimeters across, about 6 inches, and as you can see, the color is absolutely bright red, both outside and inside, both in the outer part of the tepals and the inner part of the tepals. The central part of the flower has a very dark black center. I'm sorry that my shade is covering sometimes the flower, but you can see, yeah, the very black, jet black center. Actually, yeah, is a little bit covered with pollen, so it's noticing now is not really jet black, is actually a very dark brownish green that looks anyway almost black when you see the flower, surrounded by a very narrow yellow edge. This tulip is, let me see. No, it's not fragrant really. I can't detect any fragrance in this tulip. Some tulips actually are fragrant, slightly fragrant. Don't imagine the fragrance of most of the daffodils, but if you actually smell the tulip, some tulips are fragrant. This one I can't really detect anything, but really the color of this flower is so bright that definitely it is one of my most favorite plants in the garden. You can see how beautiful the blooming is. Darwin tulips are some of the easiest tulips to grow and actually some of the most long-lived. They usually come year after year. I planted the bulbs of this tulip 2 years ago, so they bloomed beautifully last year. I can show you the video of last year. I put the link in the comments, in the description of the video, and the link to the video at the end. And you can see that bloomed beautifully again this year. So I am very impressed and very satisfied of the Tulip Parade. Really big blooms, very colorful, very bright. This tulip, like most tulips, actually all the tulips I know, need to be planted in autumn, and being quite tall is very important that you plant it deep enough. I would say 10 to 15 centimeters deep, and in well-drained soil, because like most bulbs, really, it is tulip bulbs tend to rot quite easily, and also in a way to protect the bulbs against the rodents that they find are terrible with tulip bulbs. They really enjoy eating the tulip bulbs. They raided in my allotment several pots where I had tulip bulbs living almost completely yeah, completely undamaged. Instead, the daffodil bulbs that obviously are poisonous, so they actually were very careful not to eat the daffodils. So planted the tulip bulbs in autumn and they will start sprouting the leaves, I would say in very late autumn, winter, and this one in particular, the Parade, blooms usually between early and mid-spring. Some other tulips, are not really reliable. They don't really come up year after year. I found the parrot tulips, for example, very rarely come after the second year, or even more lately the third year. But I have to say, this is the second year of the Tulip Parade, and they bloomed beautifully this year, like they did last year. So I'm really impressed and happy with these tulips. The stem of this tulip is actually quite tough as you can see, so they are able to withstand wind and rain quite easily. These are some of the sturdiest tulips for gardens. Still, however, it's recommendable to plant them in between other plants, so not too tall obviously, otherwise they will not get enough light, because in this way the flowers can stand pretty easily and not be undamaged if the wind actually gets too strong. But I have to say that winds medium to strength, these tulips are really able to stand against them without any problems. I'm trying to change my position in order to allow you to observe this tulip really in all their beauty, and also give you a side view as well. You can see really how the red is vibrant in these tulips. I bought these tulips, the Parade, in a garden center, but you can find them very easily online. I've never seen them for sale in supermarkets in England. However, really in garden centers are quite common to find. However, definitely you can find them online. If you are interested where to find them, please let me know on the comments below, and I can try to find some nurseries for you if you are not able to get them. About these tulips, in addition to the need to be planted in well-drained soil, is very important. They are planted in full sun or at least partial shade, but really full sun is better, because tulips come from area where sun is really intense. Most of them comes from Caucasus or Central Asia, so in very well drained soil, and very rocky most of the times, and where the sun shines usually all day long. There's not much rain in spring, so they really need well drained soil and full sun. As usual, for the tulips, after blooming, the leaves will continue to stay green for a while. Do not cut them, because the leaves photosynthesize, and they need to do this to nourish the bulb for the next year blooming. Also, it's very good to fertilize the tulips, because they are the more obviously the bulbs is fed, the better will be the blooming the year after. And after the leaves will die down, if you want to change position of the tulips, you can lift them from the ground. Otherwise, you can keep them in the ground. These bulbs, the tulip bulbs, are very hardy. They can live in colder climates between zones 3 and 8, so they are really they are easily cultivated outdoors throughout the UK, as well as in many temperate areas. They're not really bulbs for tropical or warm climates, warm all year round, because the bulbs, tulip bulbs, need a period of cold to trigger actually the blooming in spring. So definitely this is a plant, one of the few plants that we as in the cold climates can say to be lucky enough to be able to cultivate, and is not able to be cultivated in tropical areas. Well, tropical gardens have so many more beautiful flowers and plants that I'm sure they will not mind that only these flowers only grow in climates that experience pretty cold winters. As usual, I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you like this video, it would be great if you can please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this video and any other videos on my channel, it would be great if you can please subscribe. It's completely free for you, but in this way you get a knowledge YouTube that you like my videos, that in turn will promote my channel on the YouTube platform. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.